So today we'll be creating a mason jar with our own little touches, and we will be using the following materials. We'll have the paintbrush with the water, the navy blue paint, the mason jar of course, the 2 tubs of glitter, glue if needed, and the ribbon. And this should be our final project. So again, we do have the paint with the paintbrush with the water, the navy blue paint, the mason jar, and we also have the glue sticks with the ribbon, along with the glitter. So we will use the glue if we need to put the ribbon around the rim, but it should stay with us just tying it. So first thing we want to do is take the top off, just so we don't get any paint on it. We're going to open up the paint here. So that we can paint the mason jar navy blue, and for this project we will be painting all around the mason jar. Yep, so here we go, we got it open. So I'll take my paintbrush now, just to get it wet and kind of out of that package shape. Dry it off a little bit and start applying the paint to the mason jar. You want to make sure you're covering it all around if that's what you want to go for. At the end of this project we'll see what the finished project is, but yeah, so just make sure you're covering around all sides. And on the bottom, you probably don't want to paint on the bottom of it, just get the face of the mason jar, only because you don't want to get paint on whatever you set it on. So keep painting. Make sure you get good coverage. Okay, so you just want to make sure you're painting this. You may have to turn it upside down just so you're not like twisting a bunch, or you're not holding it necessarily. So keep painting. Just paint the whole thing very quick and easy. There's no particular way you need to actually paint, so if there are like stroke marks or anything, it's fine. I think that's going to make it more unique and creative. This is a project that little kids can also do, and you can just do these types of things like to decorate your room, your office desk, just to make it kind of your own. And it's a cheap way to decorate as well, since they're all from the Dollar Tree. So we're finishing up on the last side now. And then I'll turn it over at the end just to make sure I get all my top part that I want painted. I don't want to paint too much because the top is gonna, the cap to the mason jar will cover it anyway, but I want to make sure I get all the bottom. Twist it here. Make sure you get a good coat. Then if it's still kind of see-through to you, or you don't like that, you can just let it dry. It shouldn't take long. This is just some finger paint, so it shouldn't take long to dry. So all you need to do is let it dry a little bit, then do another coat. But you don't need to let it dry completely. Just let it dry a little bit, so you can add that extra coat on it. I may do a couple more coats, but just so you get the idea. Just want to cover the whole jar. Then I'll put my paintbrush in the water, and I take this back. Now I'm going to make sure everything is painted from the top view as well. So there's no particular way, again, that you need to do this neat at any. Just go ahead and get the paint on there. Now if you are a deep freak and you need to paint a certain way, you can, but I don't think it's necessary for this type of project that we're doing. So make sure we get in the creases so that our whole mason jar is painted. And as you see, you have a little bit left up here, so I'll add a little more paint in those creases. Now I like the idea of adding like maybe some color marbles in there, and there's like these little digital light up candles that they have at the dollar store as well. You can turn one of those on and drop it in there, and it'll look cool with this see-through kind of look. So I think we're all painted now. Just go around one more time to make sure I have a good coat. Like I said, I may go over this one more time once it dries, but that's typically what you want. A full covered mason jar. And I just had this bag here just to kind of keep the paint once it gets a little messy, but it shouldn't get too messy because it's literally the only thing you're painting is the mason jar. So once you let that sit and dry, we'll go ahead and start the glitter circles. Be funny to decorate your face. So I thought it'd be cool to just kind of include this funny animation of myself with a painted face, just to take a little break from doing the original project. Alrighty, so let's get back to doing the project. Okay, so I do have the glitter out. If you don't have to wait till it's completely dry, because wet paint will have it sticking. So you can do pockets of super glue if you want, but you don't necessarily need to. So here what I'll do is I have a dry paintbrush, and it is a flat one. So I don't want to wet it because I don't want it to lose that shape. So what I'll do with this flat paintbrush is I'll just scoop under the glitter. I just poured it out of this little container here. I'll scoop under the glitter. And I have like that pocket on there, and I'll just dump it right onto the thing, to the mason jar on the wet paint. And like I said, since it's wet, it's best that you do it when it's not all the way dry. That way it kind of sticks. So watch that. There, it sticks. And your circles don't necessarily have to be neat or, you know, perfect polka dots. But if you're someone that likes that or want to go for that, you can wait till it completely dries and then have that super glue on there to make a perfect circle. That way the glitter only sticks to the super glue. But I don't necessarily need that, and I do want to kind of just sprinkle glitter all over as well with my polka dots. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll just do it on each of the sides. On this one I may do less polka dots and more sprinkles everywhere of glitter. So this is a quick, fun project to do to decorate, like maybe a pencil and pen holder in the office, or just, I don't know, something fun to do. So I'm just going to keep scooping the glitter up on the wet paint. Let it sit for a second, but since it is still wet, it makes it easier. Kind of like the messiness rather than the perfect circles. Don't want to put too much on there, but that's really what it will look like. That's how I want mine to look like. Then I'll go ahead and put the cap back on, and we'll start putting the ribbon on there. I do have this 9-foot ribbon wrap it's called diamond wrap, and it's at the dollar store as well. So I just want to wrap it around the top and also leave enough out so that I can tie my bow at the end. So I'll go ahead and cut in between these diamonds. I'll take some super glue. Just a tad bit, you don't need a lot. You just want it to kind of stick on it so it doesn't have a lot of movement. Just put like that, and make sure your diamonds are shown on the other side. And that is the finished project. I hope you enjoyed following along with the tutorial today. Thanks for watching.